Hi, Chris here, checking out the next generation of robot vacuums. This is from Ecovacs. It was sent out to me to review. It's called the DEEBOT Osmo T8 AIVI. So it has artificial intelligence visual identification system with the front-facing camera here. So what it's meant to do is it can detect things like, say, shoes or a USB cable or some socks on the floor and avoid it, go around it, so the vacuum doesn't get itself jammed up. So it has 360-degree mapping. It has an application, multi-story mode, do not go zones, adjustable vacuum power, mopping power as well. So the suction on this one is 1500 PA maximum. We do have a mopping mode, which is one of the best I have seen so far in a robot vacuum. So this one here has an attachable module that actually oscillates, scrubs the floor, and does a better job than all the other vacuums I've reviewed in the channel. So in this in-depth review, I'm going to take a look at it, unbox it, go over the design, the application, and just how it cleans and my experience with the T8 AIVI here. So the Osmo T8 AIVI comes well packaged up, as you can see, nicely padded, and a good presentation there too of the vacuum. So you simply need to lift it out. But there is this little guide right here too as well. So if I flip it around, you'll be able to see that it's just to get started. And quick instructions there of how to get the application to turn it on. It's all pretty straightforward. So we have our washable microfiber mopping cloth here and the mopping base. So you can also use disposable ones too. I'll show you all of that very shortly. Right here we have the two brushes for the side to get into the corners. Pretty standard with robot vacuum cleaners. And just under here is the charging base as well. You can see that it does use infrared, so it knows where it is. These are the two contact points. So we do have a manual. Now, interesting to note, because there is a front-facing camera on this, they have also included this, which is a cover. So if you want a privacy cover over the camera, you don't want that camera feature, then you can stick this on. They have included it. And that's just a quick guide on the maintenance that we need. So every robotic vacuum, of course, does have maintenance. The brushes need to be replaced depending on how much you use it, every 6 months, and it's all listed right there. So we have some cloths under this. As you can see, the whole system, and this is how it vibrates, because this all actually moves around, which is quite good. So this is really the next level now of mopping finally. Now this water tank, it takes, I think it is 250 milliliters of water. The dustbin inside is about 480 milliliters as well. We do have two replacement brushes they have also included, which is great. And here on the side, we have another replacement filter also. And how these filters are attached is like the others too that I have reviewed in the channel, is with Velcro, so that sits on there nicely. It's not going to go anywhere. And this is replaceable. Now we'll run you through the design of this. So we have up the front here a camera, so this is unique to this particular system here, and with the application you can actually get a live view of this as well. If you wanted to, I don't know, check on your dog to see that your dog hasn't been making a huge mess in your house. So this is the AI and then VI system, so artificial intelligence plus visual intelligence, and this is how this camera can identify objects, for example, like a cable, socks, slippers, or something like that, and not run over it. So they say you don't have to clean first before you start to clean. And that means removing cables and just doing that. But I would still recommend doing this because it's going to make things just work a little bit better, faster. So 360-degree, the laser mapping here at the top. Now this has accuracy down to 2 millimeters, they claim. The distance has increased. It's 4 times faster than standard mapping, according to Ecovacs, that is, the DEEBOT T8 here. Power button is right there as well. So like others, we have the slam sensor, so when it bumps into something, it presses up right here, and this is rubber all around the outside part here, so this shouldn't damage your furniture, chair, legs, and things like that. Exit vent right here too, so that's where all the air is blown out. After it's filtered, of course, it comes out of there, and I will in this video give you samples of just how loud it is, but it actually is quite loud on the ultra mode, gets up to about 67 decibels. On the normal setting, it's not actually too bad, but there'll be samples of that later on in this video. And in the box, it does come with this standard water mopping mode. So this is just the mop that just wipes over. This is not the oscillating one, and it's very easy to remove them. So you simply just pull that out, and then you can connect up the oscillating mode mop as well, which just simply clips in.
Reservoir installed. Please move me to a non-carpeted area before starting.
And it gives you a little voice feedback as well. So just now it told me it detected that it has the Pro Oscillating Mop mode attached, and it wants to be, of course, on hard floors, not over carpets. So lifting this up, we have access to the dustbin. So this is 420 milliliters, this one here, the power on switch. This is for the wireless collection, well, actually to reset it, wireless status LED right here, and a QR code for scanning for the application, setting that up. I will show you the application soon, just after this. So to removing the dustbin, very easy, just lift up on this and it just comes straight out. We've got our filter right there, washable filters, and they are easy to replace these ones here too. So later you can source newer ones once they eventually do wear out. And here we do have the little tool. So this is the brush for cleaning, and it does have a little knife there for getting rid of hair and threads and things that do get tangled up in the main brush underneath. And right here you'll see that we do have 6 downwards sensors right here. So those are to detect the height and the change of the surface as well. Will detect the carpet. So once it sees and knows it's on carpet, it increases that suction power. And this is to stop it from going downstairs as well, those sensors. Right here, the 2 charging contacts, 360-degree wheel. Both of the side brushes I have connected. And we have the suspended wheels here. Good tires on them, providing a lot of grip. And yes, it can go up edges and things of up to about 2 centimeters. It's able to do that. Now the main brush, the good thing about this main brush is it is suspended here. I have noticed with some of the ones I've reviewed in the past that have had this fixed, that it doesn't raise up and down, it is very poor then to deal with different surfaces. So it's good that that moves up and down. And for maintenance, you simply, these 2 tabs here, that comes right off, and you can get access then to that main brush to clean it out and replace it. Eventually, those do of course wear out. And taking a look at the application, so this is a must. I mean, you don't have to run the vacuum using the application. You can just tap start button and then off it goes, does its thing. And when it's finished, goes back and charges. But this is how you get the absolute maximum out of these robot vacuums here with a laser mapping. So video manager is where you log in, you can use it and control it like a drone. You can get the footage from that. And it might be handy for some people. If, for example, you left the house and you didn't know whether you left the cat inside, perhaps you could use it to move around your house and find out and say, hey, look, the cat is there. Or if you wanted to check if there was someone at home, then you could do that, maybe for spying on people. You can send voice messages as well. So jumping into smart cleaning here, you'll see that the map will come up with the last area that it cleaned here for me. I'm just doing rooms at the moment because I've been shooting a lot of B-roll with this particular review, of course. So cleaning preferences, you can set the different vacuum power modes, the different vacuum levels. So if you've got a lot of carpet around, it will auto detect that as well, the mats and things, and increase the suction power to the absolute maximum. So you've got max, maximum, plus the water level as well for the mopping. Now different areas and zones you can set up. For example, the no-go zone, if you've got an area where you've got cables, you just don't want the vacuum cleaner to go there, then you can save that once you set up your custom maps, multi-story map mode as well. So you can save the upstairs, downstairs, basement, or whatever maps to if you needed to do that. This is to return to the dock for charging. This is just to start and go. An area clean, so like a spot clean. Sorry, that's under custom. You can just set which area you want for it to clean there. It is all quite straightforward. Now under here, our options, you can see the advanced mode, our AIVI smart recognition mode there, the password for that video mode, just using it like a drone that I just mentioned, and then the auto boost suction that's detecting the carpets, cleaning schedule, do not disturb mode, continuous cleaning. So what happens is once it is out of battery, it goes back and charges, and if it didn't finish cleaning like a massive huge house, that if you do have a huge big place, then it will go back once it's got enough charge and finish that off. That's the continual cleaning mode there. Reminders, pretty straightforward. And then under here we also do have advanced settings. You can see that you're able to just adjust this voice report. That's the feedback it gives you. So you can adjust the volume of that or just completely mute it if you wanted to. You can probably hear it now. Okay, just in the background there. And various different languages as well for the voice feedback it gives you. Just like the other robot vacuums as well, when it is cleaning, you do get the little line everywhere to tell you where it has been. You can see how it goes all around the obstacles. And I had it trapped in a room here. So I've been using it for a week. I decommissioned my other robot vacuums and just went with this one. Cleaning time is up to 3 hours, okay? And it takes about 6.5 hours to fully charge. If it completely drains out, it will continue to clean as well, like other robot vacuums. So if you've got a very large house and over 300 square meters, which this can apparently do, and it needs to do, say, 350, well, it'll do the 300 first, go back, charge, and then do that. So that is good. Now it gets under my tables and your tables all around them, very good. zigzag pattern later on to clean, so it just keeps going along. And it's quite efficient the way it maps everything out with the laser mapping. Of course, the application, you got your multi-storied modes. You can set up the do not go zones as well. So if you have an area, for example, you've just put up whatever, you've got just things in the way that you don't need it to go near, you can block it off from going there, which is great. Even no mop zones too with the application. So it did a good job of cleaning the floors. And when I looked at the dustbin and what it's collected, pretty standard there. Now the time it took to do the whole downstairs really was about the same as my other robot vacuum, so the AI feature doesn't seem to be speeding it up too much. And I did a bit of a test too of it. So I intentionally laid a little trap down for the vacuum. I put down some socks here. It didn't detect it. You can see it just went straight over it and proceeded to suck them up, and it would have got itself stuck and then stopped cleaning. So the AI feature, and even cables and things, I did a quick test too with those and it just didn't work. Okay, so the AI feature, I think it's in its infancy. The camera needs just, I guess, perfect conditions to detect the objects, and maybe it needs a firmware update as well. Just to improve that. So that's one area that is disappointing for me. Now you can log in with the camera and you can take a look at your surroundings if you need to do that remotely. Say you're at work. This is maybe a use case scenario for this, the only one I can think of. You get a message that your alarm's gone off in your house. You could log into this, you could ride around like a drone and find out and see if there's anyone in your house. Or maybe your cat's inside and you can discover, oh look, there he is, he's inside, we didn't put him outside. That's maybe one use. Really, I don't see any use for that. But where this one does excel is the mopping feature. So it mops so much better than the other vacuums that I have. And with the standard mopping, it comes with that. It just wipes the floor normally. But of course, with this one, it gives it a bit of a scrub at the same time with the oscillating motion that it has. It's just vibrating away, giving a bit of a scrub. So it's not going to get rid of stubborn stains, but things like, say, spilt coffee, it may take 2 attempts to go over or 3 attempts to completely get rid of it. But it's more of a maintenance thing. That's what these robots are. They're maintaining their house, your floors, to be clean. Okay, so you don't have to go around and mop once a week. You'll now be mopping, say, every second week instead. So that's where it does help out with the workload and things like that. So overall, my experience of using it, it is doing really good with the hard floors, carpets. This is where this particular vacuum does struggle a little. So I have some mats up here in the studio, some large carpets. Some of them are about 1 centimeter in height. And I've noticed that it really does slow down. It becomes quite slow going around objects like, say, this table right here, and it will sometimes loop back over itself. Now, where you have the different floor levels, say you've got a mat on top of another mat, or different levels, say with carpet and then a hard floor, it's fine. It goes over that. It may have to have a second attempt at it, but it does it. It goes over the little ridges. As long as it's not over, say, 2 centimeters, it will be able to go up and through that, which is great. And then you've got your standard robot vacuum places that they just can't get to, like the corners. So you will have to go around and manually once or 2 weeks, every second week or so, and suck up those areas where these cannot unfortunately do that. So all up, if you're getting this and you are paying quite a bit extra, this is selling for about $650 or around 700 euros or so, 700 pounds. It's expensive. You're paying for the camera, the AI feature. If you don't need that, then you're probably better off to go with the DEEBOT T8, just the normal model, same performance, but the mopping performance here. So if you've got a lot of hard floors, you're mopping a lot, and you want the absolute best mopping performance, that is then one area with the mopping, as I told you, that I think it does really good with the mopping, probably the best out there that I have tested so far with these 2-in-1 kind of vacuums. So there you go. That is my review of the DEEBOT Osmo T8 AIVI. I do hope to see you back in the next one.